All right, guys, welcome to A Day with Mill. This is another episode. We are going to be talking about electric bikes. Are they worth buying? And I'm here with my friend Aaron.
Hello.
Which is I call him the bike guru. So I don't know, but I mean he has more experience.
It's a generous compliment.
Yeah. He's pretty awesome. So I see we have an electric bike here.
Yeah. So with electric bikes, they're different. They're weird. They're different. They're advancing all the time. Thanks, trash truck. Appreciate it.
Thank you, truck.
Yeah.
Garbage truck.
Yeah. So with electric bikes, especially the newer ones that are coming out, there are mid drives. There are hub drives. You got those damn scooters that are all over the place. They're a plague. They've got the hub in the front. So that's what powers it. That's why you can do some pretty sweet burnouts with them. But with these e-bikes like this, it's got the big old power pack right here in the middle. You've got your mid drive. The mid drive is basically bulletproof. I say that, I use that term figuratively. And there's all sorts of really cool things about these because they're almost impossible to break.
Gotcha.
In terms of like the gearing and all that stuff in them. They're like impossible to break.
Okay, so let's talk about this bike that you have here.
Okay.
This is a Fuji, right?
Yep. Fuji Ambient.
Ambient. And how much is this bike?
So these MSRP at $29.99. So $3,000.
$3,000.
Yeah. And now occasionally you'll get lucky and find them on sale and stuff like that for in the neighborhood of $2,500, $2,600, something like that. And the cool thing about these bikes is it does offer suspension on the front. It goes back to RockShox, our beloved friends.
All right.
So it's got a lyric on it, I believe. No, it's Judy. I'm sorry, I don't even know what I'm selling. I'm great at this. But it's got a RockShox Judy on it. Judy's a pretty good, solid, like 120 millimeter fork. But it's also, the cool thing that I like about them is it's got the 3-inch wide tires. Those 3-inchers, man, you can air them down a little bit and it will stick to everything.
This is what they call a plus tires.
Yeah, it's a 27.5 plus. So that's, it's got different riding modes that you can put it into. It's got hydraulic disc brakes. I mean, it's a good quality bike.
Gotcha.
And if you're looking at e-bikes, I would tell you, consider it. But the thing that I will say is for this particular bike here, this is considered a Class 1 e-bike. So Class 1s will only assist you up to 20 miles an hour, and it's exactly that, only pedal assist. Now Class 2s and 3s, they start bending the lines and all these things, and it's such a gray area because you don't really know what's going on. But Class 3s, from what I understand, will run up to about 30 miles an hour.
Oh wow.
And they have a throttle on them. So it's like a motorcycle at that point.
Okay, gotcha.
So, but with these, you're still getting a workout, you're still getting a good, good day's ride on it, because the only time it assists you is if you are pedaling. If you are actively pedaling, that's the only time you get an assist.
Okay. So how long does for the battery lights, like one charge, how long does it, like hours or miles?
Well, you can kind of go for either of them there. The thing that I will say is that with a battery, with a full charge on it, so you're going to be looking at probably 7 to 8 hours.
Wow.
And it depends on how much you're using. If you have it in the highest setting, turbo mode, where it's giving you the most power that it can give, you're going to be getting, 25, 26, maybe even 30 miles out of it, just depending.
Wow.
There are a lot of reviews on these bikes, specifically this one here, because Fuji kind of came back and was like, what's up? We got an electric bike, check it out.
And this one has a Bosch.
Yes,
motor.
The Bosch Performance Line CX, which is an absolutely fantastic motor. It's used in a lot of mid-drive mountain bikes as well. And then you've got your Yamaha motors, you've got Shimano, you've got all sorts of stuff. Again, the industry is constantly moving forward.
Gotcha. But okay, well, there's a lot of cyclists out there or mountain bikers out there that are kind of against electric bikes. I mean, I know this is a new technology, new product coming in, and everybody's still kind of adjusting. Oh, where should it be? Like, on the category because it's kind of like it's powered vehicle, so it's not really.
Yeah, kind of.
You know.
Kind of. I understand that.
So a lot of people don't like them on the trails, and a lot of people don't.
Well,
You know.
here's the thing. So the people that don't like them on the trails are usually the slow guys that are getting past.
Okay.
And they don't like that.
Gotcha.
But then there's also the guys who are the purists, who are the ones who are ridiculously fast, and they're always on Strava, and they're like, oh, I got king of the mountain. It's like, dude, no one cares.
Okay.
But at the same time, I can kind of understand in the aspect of cheating. So you could be out there and you could get on your Strava, and a climb that usually takes 20 minutes, you could do it in 13 on an e-mountain bike.
Wow.
And so, well, I'm just saying, just giving round numbers there. And see, that's the thing. So it creates an unfair advantage, and I completely understand the people that are saying, no, absolutely not. We can't have these out on the trails. But at the same time, at the end of the day, does it really affect you other than your pride?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's what you kind of have to ask yourself.
Well, I, for my opinion, like I think I see more older people buying this.
Older people, honestly, a younger generation, you know, you and I included.
Who's our thrill seekers?
Yeah, the thrill seekers,
Thrill seekers.
the guys who are just like, hey, let's go do this.
Do
We
something
can-
crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, there's other companies that make these bikes. I mean, you've got Scott, you've got Raleigh, you've got Fuji, you've got High Bike, you've got Yuba, which here in a little bit we'll turn the camera around here and show you some of the weird cargo bikes that we have. But you know, there's all these different companies that make an e-bike. And
Okay.
honestly, I mean, again, as I said, the industry is constantly moving forward, and they're getting better and better and better every time. Now, personally, myself, if I was going to buy an e-bike, I would definitely buy a High Bike, because
A high bike?
High Bike, so, well, High Bike's a German company. They're fantastic bikes, and I've ridden a few of them and watched a crap ton of videos on it, let me tell you. But the High Bike, the coolest thing about them is they offer bikes that are 170, 180 millimeters of travel. So you have a long travel trail bike that is an e-bike, and you can get out there and hit the same jumps you were doing just on an e-bike.
Huh.
And the other factor that you got to weigh in is exactly that, weight. And it just depends on if you want to get out there and you're like, okay, well, I'm going to ride for this amount of time. Well, if your battery dies, you're pushing around a 50-pound bike. If not,
See, yeah, that's another thing too. Like if
Weight.
if the battery dies, I mean, the bike becomes very heavy,
Yes, most
and
definitely.
it becomes harder for you to like push the bike. And yeah, if you do
Harder to
like
ride.
yeah, and if you're like really on a far distance and you have to go from where you were coming from, it's hard to carry that bike.
Yep.
All right, so.
Back
Wait,
again.
yeah, back at the game. I have to take care of the customer. So, to me, like if you're like stuck somewhere and you have no power, this becomes a really heavy
It does.
thing to carry just to walk with.
But
But
the cool thing is, it still operates like a normal bicycle. You don't even have to turn the battery on to ride the bike. Because again, it is a bicycle just with a battery and a motor on it. That's all it
okay.
is.
So when you without the motor running, of course, how hard is it to pedal? Is it like
It's
the
just,
same?
it's a heavy bike. I
But
mean, it's
on the pedaling part,
Oh,
are
no.
you fighting against the motor? Or
no,
even though
there's
it's-
no resistance. So whenever it's not on, there's no resistance that you fight against or
Oh,
anything
okay.
like that. So I mean, it just depends on the gearing on it. But yeah, I mean, they're fantastic. They really are. I've ridden. So I rode one of the Scott. We have had. Let me just clarify that. Had Scott E-Sparks
Uh-huh.
up here, and they're 120 millimeter full suspension, like pretty awesome trail bikes, and they are the 27.5 pluses, but they've got the Shimano motor in it as compared to the Bosch, and they're fast. Like, holy crap, they're fast.
They're fast.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
So you have to
too.
pedal it too.
Yeah, again, it's all pedal assist. You have to pedal in order to get the assist on it. But yeah, man, like I've ridden those. I rode them out at some of the local trails here in San Diego, and hot damn, that is a game changer. It really is. And I understand, you're going to have the purists. They're going to be like, oh, e-bikes, they're the worst.
Yeah, there's like a lot of people are like
Hell,
against e-bikes,
And especially around here in San Diego, they're starting to enforce more regulations and all of the stuff that goes. Yeah, there are trail regulations that say, you know, like some of the public parks and stuff like that, you can't have e-bikes in them,
Oh.
and so because people will get on them and they'll go way too fast, and that's the biggest concern.
Gotcha.
Kind of like the
Wow.
scooters, you know, the scooters, they got geofencing on them, so anytime they're over on the boardwalk,
They stop.
they only run 8 miles an hour. And at
Oh,
that point,
okay.
hell, you can walk faster than that.
That's interesting.
So,
That's
yeah,
pretty interesting.
but,
So, but are they really worth to buy though?
well,
In your opinion?
well, in my opinion, it comes down to what are you using it for, how far are you riding, and why are you not looking at a regular bicycle, and why are you looking at this? I mean, I understand the ease and all that stuff of it. Again, if I was going to have one, I'd own a high bike. They have the full suspension ones. I could go down the trail just as fast as my downhill bike will, but I can also go back up. And that's the biggest thing. That's what I will say. There are videos that specifically talk about exactly that, where, you know, an e-bike, an e-mountain bike specifically, is for the person who hates pedaling back up but loves the descent. Obviously, you know, you got to pedal to earn your descent, but it's a game changer. Do I think they're worth it? Absolutely.
Okay.
Do I think that, you know, it comes down to personal preference and like a specific customer? Absolutely it does.
All right.
So,
Well,
just personal opinion.
Well,
That's all it is.
all right. Maybe down the road I might get one. I don't know. We'll see. I'm still in love with my Stance one. So
Fair enough. I understand.
my Stance one is like my baby right now. All right, guys. This is Mill, A Day with Mill. Don't forget to subscribe and add him on Instagram. My friend Aaron. It will be right here.
Have
Don't
a
forget
good
to
day,
subscribe.
guys.
Take care.
Thanks.